Welcome back to Super Metroid Searching for Items. We are actually going to continue this one after the strange camera problems that we had at the end of the last episode. I know we sounded like we weren't going to keep going, but it took like 15 minutes on my end to play back to here, and I did that off camera. So I just loaded the save state, and we're going to keep going. Yeah, so...
Hooray?
Yeah, sure. It's, I'd rather play this than more Eris at the moment, so...
I feel bad, because, Ares definitely has a spot in the history, but, oh boy, that was...
Yeah. It is what it is. I did not remember this, though. I discovered it when I was in the middle of, trying to figure out where to go. This is progress. This is how we get to...
easily noticeable progress.
I'll give them that. That's one of those classic Metroid, as soon as it's pointed out to you, you're like, okay, yeah, I see it.
Yeah. Anyway, first reserve tank. For all that that's worth. But, yeah, so Eris, the first episode of Eris went up today. And, at time of recording, it has been only out for, a few minutes. So I don't have any idea how it's received, but I went ahead and just said, yeah, we didn't finish this one. Also, this is the room that used to crash in the original game. And I think it was because I'm noticing a severe lack of Metroids in this room.
Oh, I see.
I think that the original game put Metroids in here and then, didn't set them up properly or something. I don't know. For whatever reason, it crashed.
Weird flag.
Yeah, I don't know how they work. I don't know if they really... I don't know. Something funky.
Room with Metroid requires Metroid to be dead to leave. And you set that flag and...
Or just, I don't know, something about them in the original, you can use them anywhere. Hacks have done that now, but who knows? At the time, it could have been as simple as, it needed a specific, thing.
They programmed the room in such a way where the dependency is based on the room itself rather than...
Yeah.
ROM hacking is fucking weird.
There's a bunch of weird stuff. If you go to Super Mario World, a lot of generators and stuff like that are all listed with, they need specific circumstances or whatever. And there are definitely a couple of things in Super Metroid as well. The Zebatites at Mother Brain have to be called through a specific sprite function and not just oh, I want to put a Zebetite here. And they appear at, the same locations all the time in vanilla. So there's no way to do anything have them outside of their original room without hacking them further, getting a custom one.
Ugh, SMHFP. I thought you were good at this game. Where's your Crane quick kill?
I've never quick killed this guy. I've tried. I don't have the timing. I like the Kraid fight, but it's over so fast. It is probably my favorite fight in the game because it's very active. You gotta jump around, you gotta, avoid his things. Phantoon, you sit and wait. Dragon, you sit and wait. Ridley is more active, but you basically just sit there and fire everything you got as fast as you can and try to outdamage him. I'm not sure how I jumped off of that. like a 1-frame jump or some shit.
All that practice in Super Mario.
You should probably save state again. As we get major items.
Well, not only that, but I'm noticing, I don't think... this hack is old enough. You see that? That weird kind of glitchiness there?
Oh, the garbage block? Yeah.
What is... I can tell you what that is. The game's not going to crash, but I know what it is and why it's doing it. Basically, Kraid is so big... Yeah. Kraid is so big that... Oh, we're gonna see if this works. I just save stated. We're gonna see if this works. But basically, he overwrites the universal graphics in order to have more graphical space for himself. And so what ends up happening is, if you do not reload, his door transition has a specific bit set. Okay, hey, the save station works. It has a specific bit set in it to put the graphics back. And if you don't include that when you do your door, well, that's what happens. The universal graphics never reload. Can be fixed by going to a save station, but that's the only way. Or I guess you'd have to go through a door that has that bit set again, but... Well, unfortunately, we've lost our map, but whatever. It's a small game.
Are those the Metroids making that sound?
Yeah. It's all just because of weird sound effect stuff that goes on.
I was gonna say, like, it has been a long time since I've played Super, but I was under the impression that they just kind of sound like Metroids, and that was more of a like the baby Kraid sounds.
Yeah. Basically what it is the sounds for a lot of enemies are defined by the music that isn't currently selected. And so, if you use them in areas without the music that they're expected to have, then the sound effects can be weird. Okay, now we got various suit. We can go to Norfair, which was at the wrecked ship. There was a connection there. Still can't blow up the tube. Soon. So I started playing I started trying out some of the GBA hacks that exist. And, they're kind of interesting. I did not know that people have made it so you can import Fusion's bosses and some mechanic stuff into Zero Mission. But, you can.
Makes sense. They're probably running on almost the exact same engine.
I'm sure they are. But still, it's just
whatever
kind of
modified version of the Wario Land engine.
Yeah, that's true. For anyone who does not know that, Fusion runs on the Wario Land 4 engine, and the reason we know that...
there's some debate.
Well, the reason that we say this is because there's a bunch of Wario Land 4 graphics used in the debug room. I mean, it's still modified, but it was probably just a semi-universal GBA engine that they created at the time.
I'm sure. Like, it's probably like that in the same way that Ocarina of Time is technically running on the Mario 64 engine.
I think the same for, like, Star Fox as well.
Yeah.
Is that statement true? Technically, yes, but also, no. No, it's not.
Nintendo tends to be pretty good about reusing what they've got.
Mm-hmm.
The GBA Fire Emblems are all literally built on top of each other.
Well, I mean, that makes sense. They're all sequels, you know?
Yeah. It's one of those things where you don't have to do that necessarily, though. It just makes sense to.
Yeah.
There are absolutely companies that would do the dumb thing and redo everything from scratch every time.
Ah, yes. Otherwise known as, like, every AAA game now.
Square
I mean,
Enix.
That's what
Square
Capcom.
Enix in particular.
I mean, that's what Capcom did. Literally every Mega Man on the NES was rebuilt from scratch.
Yeah, now Capcom does the opposite. Fucking everything is built on RE engine.
Yeah. And so, I mean, it's a good engine.
It's kind of insane the fact that the Resident Evil games and Monster Hunter Rise are running on the same basic framework.
Yeah. It's really funny, especially because, you know, the newer Resident Evil games outside cloud versions are not on Switch. But you get to see the Resident Evil engine intro for it as well. It's just kind of funny to see.
I think Street Fighter 6 might also be on that engine.
Maybe.
I mean, I would assume that's the case.
Yes. Shall we go to Ridley?
Ah, Wet Ridley.
Oh, hello, bird. I did not notice you. Where are you going, bird?
He's getting stuck is where he's going.
So, nowhere fast. It's also worth asking, where am I going? To which I will say, I'm not sure. I just am. Works for me.
I mean, in a hack this small, with this dense of an item placement, you can more or less go anywhere, and you'll find something pretty quick.
Yeah.
Gotta get that dopamine hit.
Addicted to Super Metroid.
No, man, you don't understand. Just one more missile pack. I'm good for it. I'm good for it.
I can stop anytime.
One of those 90s era moral panics about video games addiction, but it's Super Metroid.
I'm addicted to the jingle. Just makes me feel nice. Suddenly, so many save stations.
Do they work?
I don't know. We're gonna play it safe. I guess if I'm playing it safe, though, I don't even need to stand on them. Anyway, yeah, to kind of bring back. Oh, there's super missile in the ceiling. To what I was saying about the GBA games, I don't know. They're outside the scope of this thread, but like it might be interesting to check one of them out. Ah. I played two. One of them was it was like a contest hack, and I was mixed on it. It's not bad in the slightest, but it was just like very much go into an area, do the loop, get all the stuff in there, and leave the area. There's no reason to return to anything. The other was, oh goodness. Where am I? The other was, more like a normal game. It was pretty good, but it doesn't have like an ending sequence. You just kind of get the ability to end at some point, and that's that, which is a little strange, and seemed to be the chief complaint for a lot of people.
What, now the kids want endings in their games? Bunch of entitled little shits.
You'll go back to NES era, the end screens, and like it.
No, I mean, like, there's no final boss. Well, there sort of is, but there's no, like, boss, there's no end sequence, there's nothing saying, hey, go back to your ship, you're done. It's just kind of just ends whenever you go back to your ship.
Well, yeah, it's a normal Tuesday for Samus.
Although I do appreciate that it has multiple endings on it. Like, you start at the ship and you can literally get in the ship and just immediately hit the first end, an ending where she just goes, the mission was boring, I decided to leave.
Ah, the Master of Time approach.
No, that was the good ending.
I mean, technically, yes, but that's because every other ending in that game sucked.
I miss Master of Time.
Master of Time was a train wreck, but like in the good way.
I am unhappy.
Having problems.
Oh, come on, I should have stood on that guy. There. So we got power bombs. Probably a few more things to grab here in Norfair. There was a power bomb door towards the start.
Did we ever go down in that bird room?
Yeah, I did. I power bombed something there.
Did they put a space pirate in the wall?
I think so.
Do you need a power bomb?
Maybe. Nope.
Nope, just a way back from somewhere.
Probably back from, like, Ridley's area. That looks like what it is. Or, well, no, this is going to lead into that other room. Okay, well, hang on. What about the rest of this room? Sir. Okay, well, there was a room right over here as well. Power bomb down. Sir, your being frozen was really annoying.